Hello, my name is Rachna, and yoga to me is like the old age saying. It's the meaning called yuj, which is union, and normally we say of it as a union of individual soul to the universal soul. In simple terms, it's a union of body, mind, and soul, and we do it via our breath. And how will we connect that? If I ask you about body, it's so easy to say what body is: my hands, my ears. If I ask you about mind, it's a little difficult. Is it just the brain? Is it just the feelings, thoughts, emotions? So it's all together mixed. And if I ask you about soul, we just say it's something down there deep inside. I don't know exactly. So we find that meaning getting lesser and lesser as we go towards things that we can't really see. So by doing postures and practicing good habits and good virtues, we balance our body, keep our body and mind in a balanced state via our breath. So those postures stabilize our body. That stable body is allowed to sit for meditation for a long time, and that's when you reach where you call the soul. Basically, what I practice is a traditional yoga, which is the Ashtanga eightfold path, which starts with yams, that are things we shouldn't do, niyams, that are things we should do. Asan is the third step, which is body postures, pranayam, breathing techniques. Then pratyahara, which is a bridge from the outer world going towards the inside world within yourself. Then dharana is concentration, dhyana is meditation and focus, and samadhi is where you can reach liberation through. Okay, so for us, we just have to start with the three basic steps you can keep in mind. One is conditioning, where you just silence yourself from everything else, keep your mind focused at one point. You can just do it by sitting quietly in a meditative posture. And then after that, after conditioning, you can go in doing postures. You can do it for about 40-45 minutes if you like, if you have the time. And then you do a relaxation. That's what's not there in most other techniques. You go to gym, you go to any kind of aerobic activity, you won't find relaxation. But this relaxation, where you just lie down doing nothing, absolutely nothing, relax every part of your body kind of rejuvenates and gets more positive energy to go out for the day. It just keeps you going.
One thing I do have a problem with is I fidget a lot.
Okay.
I cannot keep my mind focused and concentrated. Do you
Then
think?
yoga is fantastic for you then.
Really?
See, we call it as yoga. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle. If I tell you which part is important, everything is important. You can't fill in the puzzle without every piece.
Right.
So postures is one part, meditation is one part, concentration is one part. In simple terms, you sit right, stand right, eat right, breathe right, sleep right, have good thoughts, and you schedule your day right. It's all called yoga.
Oh, I see. But as far as meditation is concerned,
Yes.
is it different from yoga or is it
It's a part of yoga.
part of yoga?
Yes.
And with meditation, is there an optimum time to meditate or
Um,
optimum duration?
Basically, yogis used to meditate for hours and days and years and months and ages together. But for us, we can start with 1 minute. For especially fidgety people, give yourself that 1 minute time. Okay, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to sit quietly with my eyes closed, facial muscles relaxed, my shoulders backwards and downwards, hands in the dhyana mudra, and just be there quietly. Lots of thoughts which will come in. I'm going to just tell myself to be with my breath, inhaling, exhaling. What's happening in my house? Inhaling, exhaling. Is my garden all right? Inhaling, exhaling. So just be with your breath. No matter how many thoughts come back to your breath. Keep yourself for 1 minute first. After 1 minute, come out of it, and then try 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's how you proceed.
And do you have to have a posture or can you sit at your desk or can you?
Basically, your spine has to be erect. It has a natural curve, but you should try and keep your spine as erect as possible, because there are like chakras or energy circles in your body, and that has to be in alignment, and that's what helps you get that energy flow well.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Can you show me some poses?
If you want me to show you a meditative posture where you can sit and meditate, I'll show you one.
Perfect.
This is the simple easy pose or called Sukhasana, where you just simply sit in a very relaxed posture. It might look easy, but initially if you sit here for some time, you might feel like it's Dukkhasana. Dukh means pain instead of Sukh, which is joyful or peaceful. An asana, the definition of an asana is a steady and peaceful posture.
Okay, go.
Then this is Sukhasana. Then this is Sukhasana or the easy pose. And Padmasana is where you sit like a lotus, just like a lotus. It's in middle of mud and it's still rising above all that. So we've got to be like the lotus, rise above all our difficulties, pain, sorrow, suffering, and shine like the lotus. Okay, so Padmasana can be in this posture. And then you can do Parvatasana in the same Padmasana posture. Parvat means mountain. So it's when you take your arms up as you inhale and you just touch your palms together above your head. And you can do variations of this by bending from one side to the other. And then twisting. And then up, down. Okay. This is very good for reducing the belly.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
the
wow.
mountain pose of Parvatasana. Okay. Then after that, there are lots of postures that you can do. The child's pose, you can relax and it's a good stretch. The cat pose for the spine. And I'm going to show you a sun salutation,
Okay.
which is most famous. People don't have time to do anything, so then they just do sun salutation, and that's pretty good actually, right?
Okay.
Doing the other postures makes your body more supple and flexible to go on with it. So I'm going to stand up and let's face this way in front of the sun, feeling the warmth, energy from the sun that it gives us light. There are 12 postures in this hip Pratmasana, standing prayer pose, Hasta Uttanasana, Hasta Padasana, hands touching towards the feet, horse riding pose, Ashwa Sanchidanasana, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Ashtang, 8 parts of your body touching the floor, upward facing dog, again going back to downward dog, horse riding pose, Hasta Padasana, inhaling to Hasta Uttanasana, and Uttanasana. Okay? This is a
Excellent.
wonderful set which can be done. With practice, you can go further and further trying to touch your feet and so on.
There's a lot of stretching.
Yes. Because, we have to be like the bamboo tree, sway with the wind, So our spine has to be flexible.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.